Like damn, she wanna afford a tattoo. I say I want it, and she got it.
What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's get into Smackdown from July the 19th, 2024. A pretty okay show for the most part. We are 2 weeks away until SummerSlam. We basically have 4 matches finalized. Triple H may add 2 more just to even it, to have 6, which I think will be a good number, but we'll see how things goes. He basically likes to just do 5 matches. Sometimes he'll do 6, so he probably will just end up doing 6, though. So we kick the show off with our boy, Cody Rhodes. So he comes to the ring, he gets a massive reaction like he always does. And he greets boxer Terrence Crawford, who's sitting at ringside. So Cody mentions Randy Orton's name and says that he has the privilege of calling Randy a friend, and before that he was a mentor. Cody says that he would not be standing in the ring as champion without Randy Orton. So a Randy chant breaks out from the crowd. Cody tells them to imagine the guilt when a man who has 5 kids, a wife, a family, to imagine Cody's guilt when he watched the Bloodline put Randy Orton through a table. Cody says Randy Orton is not all... My bad. Cody says family is not always blood. Cody calls Randy family, his brother. And if Randy was there too, he would not want him to talk about guilt or shame. Instead, Cody would rather look at the camera and talk to the man responsible, Solo Sikoa. Cody says he looked in the eyes of Solo before WrestleMania 39 and told him that Solo isn't ready, which is true. And Solo paid him back by costing him the title he's holding, the title they'll compete for at SummerSlam. Cody asks Solo how it feels knowing that Cody's still standing as champion. So, A-Town Down Under, they come out and they interrupt. Austin Theory tells Cody that he speaks a lot of time about the Bloodline, and because of him, Jacob Fatu attacked him last week, and that his teeth were swollen. Cody thought that his teeth were swollen because he thought Grayson Waller needed him in the face. Grayson Waller says Cody is pushing that narrative, but the reasons all that happened last week was because of Cody himself. So Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, they get into the ring. Cody beats the shit out of them, and Terrence Crawford hands Cody Rhodes a steel chair. Cody hits Theory with the disaster kick, and that was it. So, pretty good little way to start the show. I'm digging Cody. I'm digging the Bloodline story. It's really good. We all know this leading up for Roman Reigns' epic return, which he's going to get a massive kick-ass reaction when he returns. The roof is going to be out that fucking joint, we all know. So this is good. Moving on. So we cut backstage, and Carmella Hayes is with her stylist. Carmella says there'll be no gimmick BS. It's going to be him and Andrade tonight. That's fine. Moving on, so Cody Rhodes backstage. He bumps into Nick Aldis. Cody says it's easy. He wants to face them both tonight. And Nick Aldis says he needs a tag team partner because if he sends Cody Rhodes out there against them in a handicap match, he has to answer to the board. Nick Aldis tells Cody he has until the end of the night to find a tag team partner. Okay, that's fine. It ends up being boring, lame ass Kevin Owens, but it is what it is. It fits the story. So, yeah. Moving on. First match of the night, Carmella Hayes versus Andrade. Andrade defeats Carmella Hayes in an epic match. This match was a fun TV match. I enjoyed it. Andrade wins via the message. This is great. Carmella Hayes, not so much. Why? He's just boring and bland. I liked him when he was in NXT 2.0, but Triple H has beaten the shit out of him so much, it's hard to really get into him. I mean, Carmella was not losing like this in NXT. I don't understand why Triple H can't book him to be kind of strong. And I don't think there's really any plans for Carmelo going forward. He's just a good hand to have, basically. So, I don't know. But Andrade getting the win makes perfect sense. I do like this. I like what they're doing with Andrade. Hopefully he can get a big push. But we'll see how things work out. Moving on. So, we have a backstage sit-down interview, split screen, between Bayley and Nia Jax, or Queen Nia Jax. So, Corey Graves attempts to ask Nia a question. Nia tells Corey to feel sorry for Bayley because at SummerSlam, she'll put Bayley down like an old, sick dog. Bayley says that Nia hasn't changed, and Nia says she has. She's the queen of the ring. Bayley tells her that Nia is the same heartless woman since day one, and she walks around like she owns the place. She's the same Nia who took her out of her SummerSlam match in 2017, and that changed the trajectory of her career. Nia hurt her because she's big, clumsy, and reckless. Nia tells Bayley that she is content with being her queen because she's the queen of the women's division, which is not true at all. No, that's the gimmick, Nia. That ain't fucking true. So Nia says she's coming for the title because she gets to take it off of Bayley. Bayley tells her she has bad news. Bayley wants Nia to look at her and know that she's changed too, because she'll walk in as champion and walk out as champion at SummerSlam. Nia asks if it's done, and she ripped off her earpiece, and that was it. So this is fine. Makes pretty good sense. Does Nia win at SummerSlam? I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm more set on Bayley just, surviving as champ through SummerSlam. But there's no point of, Nia beating Bayley. There's just no point right now. I don't see why. Moving on. So we cut to earlier in the night where Bianca and Jade Cargill are about to walk into the office of Nick Aldis, when both of them are stopped by Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. So both teams argue, and Bianca says they're talking weight because Chelsea's getting on her nerves. So she challenges her to a match. That's fine. Bianca Belair quickly defeats Chelsea Green via a roll-up. This thing only lasted for maybe about 90 seconds. So this was fine. So Chelsea and Bianca were trading roll-ups back and forth, and then Bianca won. So that made perfect sense. Piper Niven gets into the ring, same as Jade Cargill, and they both stare each other down. So that's fine. Then we cut to the Titantron. So the Unholy Union, which is Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, they're still holding the tag titles. They tell Bianca and Jade they'll get a glimpse of their titles next week, but when it comes to rematch, they'll have to see. Okay, weird. I don't know. Unless they're gonna do some spooky, weird shit. I don't know. I'm tired of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I wish they were back in NXT though. I mean, they're both good as wrestlers, but they have no character. They were better off when they were witches, if we're being honest. Moving on. So Nick Aldis, he's in the ring. He's holding a contract and says that it's his responsibility to deliver the biggest and best matches he can for SummerSlam. Nick Aldis says he's already signed the contract by himself and LA Knight. All he needs is the signature of Logan Paul. So Logan Paul comes out and he gets on the mic. So Logan Paul looks at the contract and says he wants to ask the fan a question. Why would he give this hillbilly-looking Aladdin a shot for his United States Championship? And I says maybe Logan Paul is right, but the one thing he thinks about every time they've been face-to-face. LA Knight has owned and cooked him. LA Knight says 1 year ago he walked down the ring. He presented Logan Paul a map, and he took him, and he told him he would give him the directions of where he could put his bottles of Prime. In the meantime, Logan became the United States champion. He can't take that away from him. LA Knight says Logan is the guy as long as he owns that. And he thought about it, and he wants a shot. Logan Paul tells him no. LA Knight decided to take matters into his own hands. He went to Logan's home and did all that. And that was to get him a Money in the Bank qualifying match where he pinned Logan, and that felt good. He wants the world... he wants to do it again. And he chases him around the world, basically. So Logan Paul cuts him off. So Logan Paul says that he sounds pathetic. Logan Paul tells LA Knight that LA Knight needs this match against him. Logan does not need the match, and that is a fact. They're not the same. The difference is that LA Knight's existence is is defined by what he does in the ring, but not him. Outside of the ring, he interviews former presidents, building a legacy. Building a family. He and his brother are building a legacy. Logan says that what LA Knight does in the ring is important, and he likes his bodybuilder catchphrase stick. His problem with LA Knight is that he wants his accolades, but he's not him. LA Knight wants to be a champion, but he's not him. LA Knight has not had a single defining moment in the last 20 years. Damn, Logan, why you doing like that, bro? Logan Paul continues on by saying that LA Knight is pretending to be The Rock. Damn. LA Knight says he never heard that before. Leave up to Logan Paul to use old material. LA Knight says Logan Paul talks about frauds. He says Logan Paul is a fraud by pretending to be United States champion. Meanwhile, he won't sign a contract. LA Knight says that Logan Paul's brother is willing to jump in the ring with Mike Tyson, but Logan Paul doesn't have the balls to jump in the ring with him. And balls must not run in the family. So Logan Paul says that if they want the match, he'll sign the contract, and then he signs the contract. After he beats LA Knight at SummerSlam, he'll have nothing. Logan draws a map on the contract and tells LA Knight that map is where he can stick his dreams of becoming a WWE champion. So both guys then come face to face, and then Nick Aldis separates them both. And Logan Paul gets back in the ring and does a cheap shot. LA Knight's able to fight off Logan Paul. He's about to hit the BFT. And then Logan Paul is able to escape. And that was the end of the segment. Pretty good stuff. I do enjoy this. I'm very excited for Logan Paul versus LA Knight. I think LA Knight gets his moment of being U.S. champion. If If LA Knight wants to be champion, I could see him maybe going to Raw later on in the year or even next year and being World Heavyweight Champion. But I don't see LA Knight becoming a WWE Champion. I mean, he's over as a face for sure, but him being a WWE Champion, like how Cody is, I don't know. That's going to be a lot. But this is a good way to use LA Knight. And LA Knight is awesome. I love him. Big fan of him. Always have, always will be. Moving on. So, LA Knight is backstage. And he's stopped by Santos Escobar and sexy-ass Alexa Lopez. So, Escobar says that he wants... he was in a match with where LA Knight pinned Logan Paul. But he was not pinned. LA Knight says that SummerSlam is in a few weeks. He might have some free time, and if he wants to get in touch with him, his mama has his number. Escobar tells him if he wants to squander his opportunity Escobar tells him if he wants to squander his opportunity before his SummerSlam match, he'll be happy to help. So that's fine. Moving on. Michin defeats Tiffany Stratton. Ugh. No. So, basically, towards the end of the match, Nia tried to get involved. Bayley got involved, chasing off Nia and everything. Bayley basically destroys the briefcase, and Michin gets the win by a roll-up. Not good, but it is what it is. We all know this is to, get some heat. So, Bayley hands Tiffany her briefcase, and then Bayley and Michin, they hug each other. So that's probably going to lead to a tag team match next week, which more than likely will happen, so that's fine. Moving on. Solo does a promo in the backstage area. He's sitting at the head of the table. He talks about what they did to Randy Orton and who will step up with Cody Rhodes tonight. If you are with Cody, you're against him and his family, the Bloodline, and the Tribal Chief. So that's fine. Then before Cody Rhodes' match took place, the tag match, Kevin Owens comes into the picture. He asks Cody if he's ready, and KO's music hits. So Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, they defeat A-Town Down Under. Cody Rhodes wins via the Crossroads. Post-match, the Bloodline come out. Bloodline 2.0, they come out. They beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. So Jacob Fatu comes into play. He destroys the shit out of Kevin Owens. He hits a super kick on Cody Rhodes. And Solo Sikoa basically completely destroys Kevin Owens. He does, I think, 3 to 6 hip attacks. That was nasty. And he also he penalized Kevin Owens' neck by throwing him into the steel ring post. That was nasty. And then Jacob Fatu also did a splash, which was nasty. They do a shield powerbomb to Cody Rhodes. And then Jacob Fatu, he gets the Olufala and places it on the around the neck of Solo Sikoa. And they do the Bloodline. And they do the ones in the air, and that was it. So this is fine. I'm loving Jacob Fatu. I'm loving how they're using him. These guys are straight savages, and I like it. I love what this new Bloodline is doing. They don't take shit, and they mean fucking business. I love it. And SummerSlam sets up nicely. I'm liking it. Again, I've said before, we've seen Solo and Cody so many times over the past year. They need to do a match to where we know Roman and maybe Jimmy Uso are going to show up. I'm guessing you could do either a last man standing match or a steel cage or a no DQ, something like that. But Cody's going to win at SummerSlam with the help of Roman Reigns. So that's what we need to do, and it makes perfect sense. SmackDown was fine. I like the Bloodline stuff. The stuff with Bayley and Nia Jax, that's fine. Tiffany Stratton, that's fine as well. Logan Paul, LA Knight, good stuff. I did enjoy the Carmella Hayes and Andrade match. I thought that was great. So, SummerSlam, in my book, seems to be shaping up nicely. And we got a couple weeks away. Maybe Triple H adds, like I say, 2 more matches, and it'll be fleshed out. So, what did you guys think of SmackDown? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.